Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. Now, for the benefit of those of you who are not familiar with the channel or watching this channel for the first time, it is called Uncommon Sense because here on this platform, we discuss everyday issues where we try to find logical solutions. But not everyone uses logic. So, for that reason, it is called Uncommon Sense. I just want to let everybody know that I'm currently live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. I also want to let you know that the subscriber mode has been enabled. What does that mean? That means that if you are not a subscriber and you wish to enter a comment in the chat during the calling show, you need to subscribe to the channel. Okay. First of all, I just want to give a huge shout out to all those who have already subscribed to the channel. Whether it be that you have subscribed from the beginning or as of this week. I really appreciate all the love and all the support all of you have given me. Okay. I also want to give a huge shout out to all those who follow me on social media. And I really appreciate it. And I also want to give a huge shout out to all those who allow me to enter in your devices. So, what I'm going to ask you to do is the following. If you have not done so, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe, like, and hit the bell notification to all. So, therefore, whenever I do go live, you will have an opportunity um, to either watch it live or catch it on the playback. Okay. So, um, first of all, I just want to apologize for some slight technical difficulties with the beginning of this calling show, but nevertheless, we are here. Okay. So, that being said, I just want to let everybody know that I'm going to be doing a calling show tomorrow night at 7 o'clock on my other platform, which is called Latina Diaspora. So, and the topic for tomorrow's streams will be regarding identity. How do we choose to identify ourselves? Because we have all sorts of labels that we have, whether it be male, female, him, her, what have you. So we're going to have a discussion in regards to that topic. Okay. Now, before further ado, just give me a moment. We're going to get into the main. So, as you can see by the thumbnail, the topic for tonight is going to be how to find balance between work and family. Okay. Um, to be perfectly honest, the reason why I'm having this discussion because sometimes it can be difficult to find a balance between your job and your family. I mean, we all want to do well in our respective fields, and sometimes in our zest to do well, we sometimes forget the fact that we need to spend time with our loved ones. Okay, and sometimes we go overboard and spend too much time, too much time with the job, and as a result, um, the loved ones become strangers, and then it could cause a lot of problems in the home due to the absence of the man or the woman. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the link. If anyone wishes to join the panel, And that wants to enter a comment. Um, Again, for those who are subscribers, can enter a comment in the chat. What I just ask is, please be respectable. Okay. And I see here we have Don Armando in the chat. Good evening. Thank you very much for stopping by. Now, what I'm going to do is I came across a story from a website called M1 to Q, and it is called 10 tips for balancing work and family. Okay. So let me just share with you what the article says. If you find it difficult, okay, no problem. No problem. You can always catch it on the playback. Thank you. So if you find it difficult to balance your career and family life, you're not alone. According to a 2015 survey, only 34% of full-time employees in the United States strongly believe they have a good work-life balance. While for most of us, our career plays an essential role in our everyday lives, there are some easy to implement ways to get better at balancing our work life alongside our family time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share what they are. And most likely this stream will probably last between 60 to 90 minutes, less if no one chooses to join the panel or enter any comments in the chat. The first thing we can do, reduce your stress levels. Countless studies have explored the connection between stress and illness. One such study, carried out over 5 years in Belgium, concluded that high-strain work environments combined with a lack of social support are predictive of sick leave within Belgium's workforce. With this in mind, reducing stress should be a no-brainer to anyone who's hoping to get the most out of their work life and family time. The good news is that there's plenty of simple yet effective ways to release stress. Some evidence-based techniques that you can apply to your everyday life include breathing exercises, meditation, cognitive behavioral therapy, and mindfulness exercises, to name a few. Number 2, discuss workplace flexibility with your employer. If your current work structure is making it difficult to achieve work-life balance, consider approaching the topic with your employer. Workplace flexibility can make it much easier to juggle the demands of your personal life and professional obligations. Flexible working hours and having the option to work from home where feasible can help make family commitments much more manageable. Chances are you will experience a deeper sense of job satisfaction in the process. Number 3, create a plan. If your weeks tend to lack structure and allocated family time, it might be time to draw up a plan. Map out what your weeks currently tend to look like, what isn't working, what aspects would you like to continue with, what parts of your week are compulsory. Once you figure out these things out, create a family calendar that allows you to move through your week at a slower pace, allowing you more time for things that matter to you. Number 4, focus on family-friendly workouts. How do you work out when you have kids? Is a frequently searched question on Google. The answer: incorporate exercise into your family time. A 2014 study found that there is a direct link between physical activity levels of a mother and her children, which offers her older more inspiration to develop family exercise routine. Choose activities that will allow you and your kids to work out while having fun. This could be a backyard soccer game, family bug ride, indoor rock climbing, or just putting some music and dancing around the house. Number 5, prioritize and delegate. The reality is many of us simply have too many things to do on our to-do list. Rather than losing sleep, focus on your priorities. What are the things that simply must be on your calendar this week? List them in order of priority and check them out. Check them through thoroughly according. Is there anything on your list that can be removed or postponed? At work, are you able to delegate any of your tasks? At home, can you lighten the house cleaning by spreading it among your family members, leaving more room for quality family time? This process of prioritizing and delegating can help pave the way for achieving a better work-life balance. Okay. One of the things that we do have a problem is that when we have multiple things to do and what seems to be they require a lot of our time, we need to discern what are those things that take priority. And those things that do take priority, we should focus on those. And then those that we can either or have someone else do it who's capable, that's something else we can look into. Okay. We don't have to be doing everything all the time. I mean, if you have co-workers or family members, they can help spread the load, so to speak. Number 6, seek out support. If you look at your priorities, plan out a calendar, and have delegated certain tasks, but you still find that you're struggling to find a healthy balance between your work and family life, it might be time to seek support. Depending on this, that means looking at childcare options, speaking to your sibling about supporting you, providing care to elderly parents, or perhaps how to help you around the house. Go back to your calendar and see what tasks can be outsourced. Now, the fact of the matter is, when both my parents were alive, to a certain extent, I was a caregiver to my father, and to a much larger extent, I was the main caregiver for my mother. And of course, caring for an elderly parent which has multiple health issues, it does pose as a serious challenge. Okay. And one of the things that to be mindful for and to be careful for is avoid burnout. And that could happen because you're basically doing too much at one time. Okay. So it's very important, particularly when you are a caregiver to an elderly parent, you need a support system. So therefore, whenever you need to take a break, another sibling or a nephew or a niece can step in and give you a respite. And also, not only that, the fact that I was between my apartment and my mom's apartment. So that was a huge challenge. And one thing that, and in the case of my mother, as she got older, she became more and more forgetful. Okay. And she needed to be reminded multiple times, and I had to be patient with her because my mother, in a sense, became like a child, and I became the adult. Okay. And good evening, Irby. How you doing? Thank you for stopping by. Tonight's topic is how to find balance between work and family. Um, and the reason why we're having this discussion, because there's people that seriously are having issues trying to find a balance. Particularly when you think about it, you have your job can be very demanding. It can be very stressful, and then you have children to take care of, or a significant other to take care of, or you have an elderly parents to take care of. It could be very daunting. It could be a challenge for anyone to do. So it's very important to try to find ways to find a balance. Okay, and it is a will. There is a will, and there's a way to do it. Sometimes you have to be creative, and sometimes you just have to think outside the box. Number 7, schedule in phone calls. When you're balancing work, sleep, raising children, going to the gym, and spending time with your partner, it's understandable that other relationships might start to fall through the cracks. Particularly as many of us are balancing work and family during COVID-19 social distancing. It is so important to maintain these relationships. A simple way to keep in touch is to set a reminder on your phone to call your friends, parents, grandparents, relatives, or friends. Over the years, we should have found a clear link between the quality of our relationship and the quality of life, so it's worth investing your time in that daily phone call. Yeah. That could be a challenge, particularly if you're dealing with the demands of work. And sometimes it seems like you have to do like 2,000 things at one time. And then you have to deal with the demands of home. Uh, Whether you are a parent, whether you are a spouse, whether you are a daughter of an elderly parent or an elderly sibling, it could be a serious challenge. You do have to try to be creative and find ways how to make it work for you, so to speak. Number 8, take a technology break. While technology plays an important role in providing work flexibility, constantly having your emails in the palm of your hand can be detrimental to good work-life balance. It is advisable to specific times during the day where you can put your technology away and simply enjoy being present with your family or friends. According to an article by Sonoma State University professor of psychology, Mary Gomez, the benefits of taking a break from technology includes increased present moment awareness, improved sleep, deeper human connections, and improved productivity, all things that support work-life balance. Now, I happen to remember, I think it was about 6 years ago, um, went away with some members of our ministry, and when we went to Colombia to attend an international convention of our ministry, and it basically was a week where we spent time with each other, we prayed together, we sang together, we ate together, and we fellowshiped together. Okay, now one thing that we all did, which was very unique, that from 6 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock in the evening, we could not use our mobile devices. We could not use our devices to use any of our social media, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, uh, Clubhouse. I mean, um, now for some people, to not be able to use their phone or get on social media, that was pure torture. For me, it was a good thing. Why I say it was a good thing? because I was actually able to do something that we used to do before we had all this technology in our smartphones, was to have conversation with other people. So for that reason, why it was a good thing. And to be honest, it's not going to kill us if we spend a time off of social media. Because if we're constantly worrying about how many likes we get and how many times our videos have been seen, and we haven't got any comments and what have you, it could become an obsession. But whenever you decide to take the time and not get on social media, you're doing yourself a favor. What you're doing is you're unplugging yourself from the social media world and you're giving yourself a break. Okay. Number 9, develop a daily routine. Creating an everyday routine for yourself is almost as important as creating a daily routine for your kids. A daily routine can help you develop a practice of taking some time for your well-being, a way to ease in and out of your work life, and can help to develop pockets of daily family time. These daily habits can be as simple as beginning a day with a health supplement aiming to consistently start and finish work at set times, and eating dinner together as a family is a start. It all starts with positive, achievable habits. Now, as far as the family, being sitting down with a family, I live alone, so that's kind of a difficult. However, setting set a healthy routines, okay, and it can improve your quality of life. Number 10, take care of your mitochondria. Of course, achieving your career and family goals ultimately comes down to taking care of your health and energy levels. To do this, it's important to look at your body's mitochondria, the power banks that generates the energy and help uh, your cells need for your body to function. An easy way to support the health of your mitochondria is to take the NITOQ, World First Cellular Optimum, designed to support mitochondrial health. Okay, and we're going to stop right here. So here, what we did was we had this we discussed um, some things that can help us to, excuse me, to relax and try to find a balance in our lives between and work and the family. Okay, and again, for some people will say, "Well, it's easier said than done." Okay, it might sound that way, but you must think of the full picture. Okay, and the fact of the matter is, if you're constantly spending your time at work and not spending any time with your family, uh, all that time and effort that you're putting in, as long whatever financial payment is concerned, it's going to be meaningless if you lose your family or your family becomes distant. That's just something to think about. Now, what I'm going to do is I also came across a article and a website called Life Hack. Okay, and the article was updated on March 8th, recently 2023. And it is called A Guide to Work or a Fulfilling Life, written by Kara Heisen. Okay, so let's see what the article has to say.
Balancing work and family life is one of the most common sources of stress for working adults. In this productivity driven society that we are living in, more and more people are finding it hard to adequately fulfill their roles both at home and at the workplace. More often than not, people cannot find a point of balance between their careers and their families, and one is given more priority than the other. This behavior is associated with several dysfunctional outcomes, strained family relationships, inefficiency at work, and poor physical and mental health. So as you can see here, it's very important to try to maintain some sort of a balance because it can affect your health in so many ways. More often than not, people cannot find a point of balance between their career and their families, and one is given more power with the other. This behavior is associated with several dysfunctional outcomes, strained family relationship, inefficiency of work, and poor physical and mental health. Hence, individuals need to learn and work on balancing work and family life. The idea may seem daunting, but it is possible if you take the time and, and care to make it a priority. Okay. Now we're gonna discuss uh, 10 needed steps to balancing work and family. I'm going to share this and I'm going to give you my observations. So here's the first tip number one. Get rid of stress. Clarity and peace of mind are essential in balancing. Our minds get clogged with stress hormones with the constant hustle and bustle of the day. Coming home and indulging yourself in activities to lower your stress will help you to clear your mind and relax your body. When you are relaxed and happy, you will be refreshed to work and willing to give time to your loved ones at home. Number two, make balance a priority. Now let's see what's being said here. Achieving work-life balance, whether you work full-time or part-time, is a long and often difficult process. If you do not make the conscientious decision to achieve balance, you will likely fail along the way. I have learned through my experience that it's very important to provide yourself with the opportunity for balance. For instance, you need to find a job that's challenging but not overwhelming. Also, carefully think about how big. Oops, so, okay, I just lost my place. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm just reading it. Achieving work-life balance, whether you work part-time or full-time, is a long and often difficult process. If you do not make a conscious effort to achieve balance, you will most likely fail along the way. Why I've learned through my experience that it's very important to provide yourself with the opportunity for balance. Okay. By making wise decisions on the most important matters in your life, attaining balance won't be a difficult thing. If you're already still able and have a growing family, you can still make small changes to help you achieve balance. This could include requesting more flexible hours, excuse me, reorganizing your responsibilities you share with home, or bringing a trusted friend and family members to help pick up the slack. Number three, strengthening the bond with family. Building strong communication with your family members is imperative in bringing a work-life balance. Having strong family bonds promotes trust, understanding, and support. Sharing your work life with your family and letting them know your work struggles can help you them to understand your perspective. If they know your work problems, they will less be demanding and more supportive of you. Excuse me. So- Okay. When they feel heard, they will react better when you have to stay late or work evening or leave the dinner table early to finish a project. Make sure the communication flows constantly. Number four, add flexibility to your workspace. You can talk to your employer and add flexibility to your space. Work from home has become common thanks to the recent pandemic outbreak. Having work flexibility can make your life easier. You can work from home or any other remote location without compromising your family time. For example, if you have a family commitment but can't take off from work, you can finish your work from home and spend the rest of the time with your family. Studies have also shown that having a comfortable workplace improves your productivity and increases your job satisfaction levels. Number five, allow others to help you. Now, this is very important. Let's see what this have to say. What they have to say. These are difficult times when balance are more difficult to achieve. Maybe you're vying for a promotion at work or have a huge project for a client due before the weekend. Once you've communicated those problems to your family, it may take time to get some help. Most people have friends and or family that are willing to help out. Make sure that these are people you trust to handle tasks like bringing your children to sports practices or picking them up in most instances. They will be happy to pick up the slack for what we do too. Okay. And I see we have Gigi in the chat. Good evening. Thank you very much for stopping by. Just let you know. The topic for tonight is finding a balance between work and family. And that's something that I think many of us have struggled with at some point. Okay. So what we're going to do with and then if anyone wants to join the panel, they're more than welcome. If anyone wants to add any comment, they can do so. Well, otherwise, I will start to wrap this up. And I got an interesting, yeah, work, family, and you too. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay. Well, let me just continue with these next points. Okay. Number six, develop a routine. Balancing family and work life is all about consistency. Having a routine does not mean streamlining your daily chores and tasks. You must build a routine for yourself where you can unwind at the end of the day and de stress your body. Developing a routine for yourself will help you to stay more consistent and focused. I'm sorry, it's just that my phone is acting up. Okay. And you'll be able to spare time with your family. This will also help you that works for you and your family. Okay, no problem. You can always watch it from the cloud, so to speak. Okay, no problem. But I do appreciate you being in the chat. If you are an early bird, try to get some house or work tasks done in the morning before the kids wake up. This allows quality practice time with the kids before they head out to school. If your kids have after school sports and activities, consider packing dinner and having a picnic after their games. Part of balancing family life means creating memories with your loved ones no matter where you are or what you are doing. Um, Now, here's an interesting tip. Number 7, prioritize your health. Health comes above all. It is impossible to bring work-life balance if you're in good shape without having a healthy mind, healthy body. You will not be able to focus on either. Therefore, it's important to prioritize yourself and add activity to your routine to help you stay healthy and fit. It includes following a healthy diet, exercising, and getting adequate sleep. If you're sleepy throughout the day, you're prone to make mistakes at your workplace and get annoyed by your family members. Number 8, take, okay, sorry, my phone is acting up, so I'm reading up on my phone. Take a break from technology. Though it's not easy distancing yourself from the internet and social media, since they are prime modes of communication and information, try taking a break from technology. A technology break means setting specific intervals during the day where you distance yourself from your phones and instead dedicate time for yourself and your family. Studies have also shown that taking a break from technology helps your awareness, human connection, sleep patterns, and emotions. Family game nights are perfect for bonding. Set a rule to turn off all phones so everyone can focus fully on the game and spending time with one another. Number 9, and this is all of these are important, but this one is especially important. Establish boundaries between work and family. It's important that we create boundaries between work and family. That means determining which actions are acceptable and unacceptable. Boundaries hold the line to protect your work from the destruction of family, as well as to protect your family from the obligations at work. With clear boundaries, it's easier for you to tell when your action is not in favor of one aspect of your life. For example, you can rule with the family that no one is allowed to use a cell phone at the table. Setting up this boundary will allow no external disruptions during your dinner and you can enjoy the time conversing with your family. And I see here we have Keisha in the chat. Good evening. Thank you very much for stopping by. My union sister. Okay. And just to let everyone know that in regards to the DC 37 contract, we have until the end of this month to vote on the contract. And then, okay. Now, what I'm going to do is before I let my guest in, okay, well, I'm going to share the disclaimer. The views of those who appear on the panel are not necessarily those of the host of the channel. Any attempt to copy the material without the consent of the host or the channel is prohibited. By appearing on the call, you waive your rights to your image. Some of the views that people may hold may be considered offensive to some viewers. If you do not like the content, you can block the channel. And let's see if we can bring in our guest. Good evening. Oops. Okay. I don't know what happened. Just drop the link one more time. I don't know what happened. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can bring in.
Hi, hello.
Okay. Good evening.
Hi, how are you? Good evening.
Good
Can you hear
evening.
me okay? Hello, good evening. Can you hear me
Yeah,
okay?
I can hear you. Go ahead. I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay,
Yeah, I can hear you.
thank you
Go
for
ahead.
letting me on your panel. Good evening. Nice to see everyone in the chat. I was actually just looking at the ballot information, just about to do my ballot actually, as you're talking about the conversation.
Okay. Why are we okay? Well, while we're discussing it, is there anything that you need clarification on regarding the contract?
No, I just got the whole tentative DC-37 economic agreement printout, so now I don't. I have all the information right in front of me. So thank you for everything you did provide me thus far.
You're quite welcome. It's just that it's very important that we do get a vote. And I think in my 23 years working for the city, I think this is the best economic contract we have ever had.
Well, it looks really good to me on paper right now too. I won't lie, like the numbers look great. So I'm excited to be a city member to be able to have a part of this at this point.
Okay. Now, the topic for tonight is how to find balance between work and family. Now, in fact, you are a municipal employee. You also happen to be a union rep, and you also happen to be a parent.
Absolutely. I'm actually not a union rep now at Manhattan DA, but I was in the Bronx. I'm gonna take my time, but I guess I'm still active. I got invited to DA assembly last night and I was there for a little bit.
Okay. I just want to acknowledge that Blazing King is in the chat. Good evening, Blazing. How you doing? So, do you struggle trying to find a balance between work and family?
Absolutely. It's a big struggle. I definitely had a hard time with it, even being a union rep. It was such a hard struggle for sure. It's really, really, for the people that know how to juggle and prioritize and be disciplined, because you can mess up big time.
Okay. And unless I'm mistaken, are you also a single parent as well?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
So that makes it. So think about it. You have. So that means, and I want all this to sink in. So, essence, you're basically a mother and father to your daughter. You have to deal with the demands of work. You have to deal with the demands at home. You also have to, when you was a delegate, you dealt with the demands as a delegate. So it could be a big challenge, don't you think so?
Absolutely. There was a time I was doing college work online to get my degree, and that made matters even worse. So, yep, sometimes you feel like you need to have a double body or multiplicity or, robots or androids, because there's definitely not enough time in a day to get everything done every day the way you want it realistically.
Yeah. See, the whole purpose of this stream is to try on how to batten time. And I see here we also have Hazel Girl and OC. Thank you very much for stopping by.
Hi, Hazel. Long time no see, girl. Yeah, but it's definitely a struggle. There's no rule book or guidebook on, what's to come and how to do it. It's kind of like, you figure it out as you go. What works for you won't work for me, so everybody's dynamic is different. Everyone's priorities is different. So you got to really do trial and error, and sometimes going to be a lot of error.
Yeah, it could be a bit of a challenge. At times, does it seem to be overwhelming?
Yes, you definitely lose yourself. I definitely feel like fitness was definitely a good balance in a positive way for me, because I definitely felt like that way head above water, too much sinking, drowning. Definitely, for sure. It's just a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Now, of course, when my mom was alive, I was a
caregiver to my mom. So I'm dealing with work, I'm dealing with my mom, and then I'm dealing with my own personal life. And I'm not gonna lie, at times it was a struggle.
Yeah, I still deal with a lot of family stuff too, and it's definitely a struggle because we're all on different pages, we're different generations, we don't agree on certain things, and it's a lot of ratchetness going on. So I get it. It's a lot, even if there's no ratchetness and you're caring for family or loved ones, or you have a large family and you don't get to see them, it's a lot when you feel like you can't be everywhere all the time.
Yeah, yeah. So how do you manage to deal with all that you have to deal with in your busy life? And looks like we just lost Keisha. Um, if you're listening, Keisha, the link is there in the chat. If you're able to hop back on, if not, well, you can always catch this on the playback. To be perfectly honest, I don't have any children, so therefore, oh, okay, no problem. So I don't have any children, so I don't know what it is to be a parent and have to deal with the responsibilities of being a parental figure. But um, I can just imagine because you want to do so much, and there's only but a finite, oops, a finite amount of time needs to be done. So what I'm going to do, uh, I'm going to continue sharing some of the other tips. Okay, I see that there are currently seven people watching this stream. First of all, I just want to say thank you very much for the likes. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay, and I'm going to continue this topic for the next few minutes. Okay. So now I'm going to share with you the last tip, which is accept that imbalance is sometimes unavoidable. Okay. It's just okay. Okay. Yeah. It could be yeah. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna it could be a problem. Trying to get on StreamYard with a cell phone. Speaking about cell phone, I think it's time for me to upgrade. Okay. So I'm gonna discuss the final point. It's okay to struggle and feel in your struggle to balance work, family life. Sometimes it may feel impossible to stick to your boundaries and not prioritize one aspect of your life over the other. Family emergencies demand compromise in work life and vice versa. For example, if you need to skip a work event or when a family member is sick, or when an important deadline must be met, you might need to miss dinner at home and stay at the office. However, the important thing that you don't allow imbalance to become the norm. The scale may tip for a few weeks, days, or weeks, but the key is to bring it as close to the center as possible. You will struggle in the process balancing work and family life and will fail a lot. But instead of stressing yourself with failures, you must keep trying and progressing. And I'm just going to wrap this up here. So okay, when it comes to when it comes to balancing um, uh, work or family life. Um, it's not an easy process, and at times we will fail. Okay, but it's okay. Okay, the key is to try to find a way to maintain that balance. Okay, and especially it could be challenging if you have children or a significant loved one or an elderly parent that requires your attention. Okay. The main thing is to be mindful is that you do need to set some boundaries and make it perfectly clear that, for example, um, when it comes to the workplace, um, you need to set boundaries unless it's a serious situation. You shouldn't be taking calls regarding work when you're getting ready to go to bed. I'm sorry. You do need time to sleep. You need time to decompress, and you need time to just relax and chill. Okay. And whenever you're able, delegate, delegate, delegate. Okay. And what you do is the following: you share the load with people who you can trust who will get the job done, and you give them the authority to get the job done. Okay. It makes no sense to tell them to do a task and then constantly going back and forth all over again and being on top of them like a mother hen. No. If you're going to ask someone to do a task, you explain to the person what needs to be done, and then you give the person the tools and the ability and the authority to get those things done. Okay. And in time, after trial and error, you will start to have a balance between work and family. Okay. Is it something that's going to be achieved overnight? No. Is it something that is going to be trial and error? Yes. Okay. But the main thing that you do try. Okay. And the fact of the matter is, we're living in a time in society that both the male figure and the female figure must work because it takes two incomes to pay the bills. Okay. Not many of us is blessed that we have one partner that makes such a huge income that the other partner can stay home and do the house chores. I mean, both both parties must do their part as far as the house chores. Okay. Which means, like, let's say I come home early. Okay, well, what I can do is take out the garbage. I can start making dinner. I can, or after dinner, um, I can help clean the dishes, or I can help set the table, and then me and my significant other, if I have one, can take turns helping the children with their homework and things of that nature, and make sure that, to the best of our ability, that we have one day or one night where we are together um, for a group activity. It could be anything. It could be going out to the movies. It could be sitting behind a table and watching Netflix and watching a family program. Okay, it could be going out to dinner. Okay, and in fact, Gigi said it very well. Teamwork, exactly. Okay, there's a saying: teamwork make the dream work. Okay, but I mean, the whole point is this: I'm working. Okay, I may be working and I'm tired. And my sister and Holly is working and she's tired. Okay, we get it. But you know what? There's certain things that we need to do. Okay. Help set up dinner, help prepare dinner, help clean up after dinner, take out the trash, do the chores, and what have you. That's something we all need to do because let's keep it as healthy. Not many of us have money that we can hire a housekeeper. Okay, that's real. Particularly if you living in any big city like New York, Los Angeles, Miami, Chicago, San Francisco, where it can be extremely expensive to live. So, being that both the man and the woman have to work, both man and woman should share the household duties. Okay. And you know what? It doesn't hurt to surprise your significant other with a little something, maybe a couple of roses or a box of candy or get her like a little stuffed animal, something, a little something just to let her know that you appreciate her and that you value her and that she's very important in your life. And ladies, there's nothing wrong with doing a little something special for your man, whether it be preparing a special a meal, or doing something special, or when the kids are asleep, indulge in a little hanky panky with your significant other, if you catch my drift. Okay, because I I am trying to keep this at least PG rated. So, in other words, try to look out for each other, and try to do your best to make each other feel important. Okay, because there's nothing sadder when you are in a family and you don't feel like you're important to your significant other. That could be very sad and disheartening. Okay, well, you know what I'm trying to say, Gigi. It says I'm trying to keep it relatively clean. If you catch my drift, but the fact of the matter is, when you are in a relationship or you're married, whatever, you do need to spend some quality time with your significant other, or as we call it in Spanish, su media naranja, or better half. So, anyway, I have been talking for an hour now. Okay, so um, if anyone has any further comments regarding the topic, you're free to enter it in the chat. If you wish to enter the panel, the link is there. If not, I will start to wrap this up. Uh, but I do appreciate all those who are in the chat. People like Irby, Gigi, Donna Mando. Let's see. I'm gonna make sure I don't overlook anybody. Okay, I think I got everybody. Okay, so um, and you know what? This is something that we all struggle with, but there are solutions. Okay. Now, lately, some of you have heard me say the following: "It's better to light a candle than to curse the darkness." Now, What does the heck does that mean? You can spend here to eternity talking about the problem, but you need to start thinking about what are the solution. Okay, and there are solutions to every problem. It's just that you need to sit down and really think about it and come up with some decisions, some solutions, um, on which all of us can agree on. Okay. So first of all, I appreciate now there are 8 people watching the stream. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And I'm gonna ask again, if you have not done so, please subscribe to this channel. And by the way, let me just take care of a little house cleaning. Don Armando, Gigi, and Keisha have all have their respective channels. So what I'm going to ask you to do is the following. If you have not done so, please check out their content and then subscribe to their channels, and especially with Gigi, okay? Because Gigi has multiple platforms, multiple channels, and she also does a podcast with our good friend Multi, called Tea with Multi and Me. So I'm gonna ask that you um, check out the podcast. If you yes, you're right. I completely almost forgot. Thank you. And also, Blazing King has his own channel, and he does content. And he's a very talented young brother. So I'm gonna ask that you have not done so. Please subscribe to him. All the people I mentioned, including Blazing. Thank you. I mean, unfortunately, I'm getting old, so therefore I'm starting to get forgetful. Uh, but nevertheless, they are good friends of mine, and I think and it would really make me happy as much as I ask people to subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to their channels as well. Okay, so I see you just eating dinner. Okay, and you're quite welcome, Blation. I have unfortunately it's just that, so it's kind of like so it's kind of hard to do all that overtime I'm doing, plus take care of two platforms and everything else. So it's not so it's no it's no I will make an effort to watch your content this weekend, definitely. Um, so, and I think recently it was your birthday as well. Well, happy birthday to you, Blasian. Okay. Oh, one is going live. I don't know. I'm gonna be able to watch Futures live because I do have to get ready to go to work. But I want to let everybody know that Future also has her channel, and I'm gonna ask you, if you have not done so, please check out her content and please subscribe. She is a very articulate young lady, and she is a fine spokesperson for MGM, which, if unless I'm mistaken, means multi-generationally mixed. Okay, but okay, I don't know. Okay, I'll see if I don't know, but I'm going to be able to. But definitely, if I can't catch it live, I will catch it on the playback. But in any case, um, I hope that all of you found the topic to be interesting. Um, I do try to educate, so to speak. Okay, even though YouTube is basically for entertainment, I do try to educate as well and do it in a humorous way. Um, now, one thing I'm going to do is okay, Irby, thank you very much for stopping by. Peace. Okay. Um, anyway, now this Sunday, I'm going to have a very special live calling show. Okay, first of all, because I'm gonna do it at 9:30 p.m. I don't usually do a live calling show that late because it's considered late for me. But I'm gonna be discussing an interesting topic, which I'm not gonna lie, I have had issues um, with it, and that's based on where the things where the baby boomers did wrong. Okay, in other words, where and what areas did the baby boomers screw up? So what is going to be is going to be a very candid discussion regarding kerfuffles, how we screwed up, how we did not always did the best job, and how we can rectify the problem. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I see. Well, you know what, Blaze, you can always catch it on the playback. So, so I'm gonna have this discussion. Hopefully, we will be blessed with the presence of Denise Gonzalez, who will share her um, insight regarding the topic, and I don't know, maybe kind of roast me a little bit. But you know what? It's okay. And we need to take accountability. When I mean we, I mean baby boomers. We need to take accountability whenever we mess up and just accept the fact, okay, we screw up here. Let's see what we can do to learn from this situation and not repeat the same thing again. So I will be on at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Okay. So of course it'll be late enough to allow some of the people on the West Coast to um, view it. And I really would appreciate if there are other baby boomers out there who are brave enough or foolish enough, depending on you looking at it, to come on my platform and discuss how we screwed up. Okay. And of course, everyone is more than welcome to attend. And let's keep it real. Um, this has been a difficult, at times, this has been a difficult pill for me to swallow. And I'm going to give you what prompted me to do the string. There was two situations. One situation when Denise shared her insights regarding baby boomers and how we didn't always do the best job. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, this is something that it's kind of a difficult topic for me because I am a baby boomer, and when Denise did share her viewpoints regarding us, I did take it as a personal attack, and I had to like really sit down and think about it and think of and just accept the fact. Okay, she meant it in a place of love to let us know where we have fallen and how we can do better. And the fact of the matter is, it is a sense, it is a sign. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, the fact of the matter is this: we as baby boomers were partially responsible for some of the stupidity that's out there. So, for me, it's just a time to eat some humble pie, and it's a time of penance for me. So hopefully, by me doing that stream, try to correct some of the errors that us baby boomers have made. Okay. But in any case, what I'm going to do is I am going to start to wrap this up. I just want to say thank you very much for everyone who did appear in the chat. And thank you, Keisha, for stopping by even though it was brief. And yes, actually, she was born and raised in New York. Okay, so before I go, I just want to say thank you very much for everyone who stopped by. Okay, and I hope to see you tomorrow night at 7 o'clock on Latina Diaspora, where I talk about terms that we have with each other. So it'll be an interesting discussion. Yes, New York could be a fun place to live. I mean, to visit. Of course, I think you're from Jamaica. Okay, so I need to visit there at some point. But in any case, I thank all of you for your time, for your love, for your energy. Um, the fact that you could have devoted your time to any other YouTube creator, or you could have done a million things, but the fact that you devoted some of your time to give to me, I really very much, and I thank you very much. But what we'll ask you to do is please spread the word and encourage others to subscribe to this channel. I'm a creator, but I got big plans. So with that being said, let's just be good to each one of us. So that being said, I hope to see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock in Latina Diaspora, and also Sunday at 9:30 p.m. So that being said, this has been another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. Thank you all, and I wish you all a good night and peace.
Be strong.